Later, Stephanie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Nathaniel, you can go over the rules.
I don't know the rules. Is this PG now? Because we're like adults who kind of work together? Or,
You don't work with them.
well, but kind of. We
We
just
all
had a
work
meeting
with each
last week.
other.
Yeah.
It's a completely different entity. I guess if you go high up on the ladder, you have the same boss.
Yeah, really high up. That's a good point.
Hello, everyone. This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
Someone else.
Yep.
You guys can say your names.
Oh,
I'm Nathaniel.
I'm Justin.
I'm Stephanie.
All right, Stephanie, is this everything you dreamed of it being? Because you've been asking to come on for like 5 years now.
I
The
have
podcast
not
has
been
been on for
asking
like
to.
2 years.
I have not been asking to come on. I've been saying if you're gonna ask me to come on, you should ask me properly instead of having me as your second option to come on.
Whoa, who was the first option?
I don't even remember.
It would always be
Stephanie
like,
remembers.
yeah, it would always be like, yeah, me and Mary are recording a podcast today. He's like, you should come. I'm like, no, I'm not coming. Or, we're gonna be
That's not
recording
a
a
s-
podcast today. You should
That's
come. I'm like,
that's
oh,
not a
I'm not
second
coming.
option. The order that I ask people in is not the priority that I want them on the episode.
Mm.
Oftentimes it's just whoever I've talked to most recently, and I go down the list. It's like a reverse, queue.
Well, I don't know because Stephanie was like, "I'm gonna be on Daniel's podcast on Wednesday," and then yesterday I get a message like, "Hey, are you free tomorrow at 2?"
No. I asked you
So
immediately
it's good to know
after
that
I
the
got
order
sick.
doesn't really matter.
It
That's
doesn't.
fine.
It doesn't.
Also, I'm not interesting enough that he had to ask you to come on too.
No,
Sure.
Stephanie, you said, is it going to be just me? Like implying you wanted more people. And to bring it back, I did ask Mary. She was busy.
Have you found it easier to find people with online or
You would
no?
think it would be easier because no one should be busy, but people seem to be very busy.
Also, how do I put it? Just having people, just straight up having people on is one thing. But like the first time when we watched the football game and did it, that was like a thing that we were doing. So I feel like that was kind of easier to coordinate instead of just like come on down.
Well, the problem with that is we can't reschedule it. Right? But when we do like live things like that, it's harder to reschedule. Whereas
Well,
today, for
no,
instance,
but it's almost the opposite, right? Since you can't reschedule and both people know that, you just like make it happen. See what I'm saying?
people still bail.
Okay. Well, not me. So
How many times have you been on the podcast, Nathaniel?
what is this, like 4?
Yeah,
I think
this
it's
is the
4.
This is 4. That's not that many.
No.
I think the guest with the most appearances is probably Nadia. She's probably been on about a third. Maybe
We were
less,
just
maybe
talking
like
with
a quarter.
Nadia. She's got a pretty nice setup with that mic and everything.
Yeah, I know, she's got a whole studio. I don't know
Yeah.
how she got that. She's using it for music and such. We talked about it on last week's episode. I'm sure you guys listened. But,
Wait, how come you don't use your mic? What happened to that?
I was like, gave that to Blake.
Oh. What's been happening? I'm going to be honest.
With what?
I haven't listened to the podcast in
Blake
like 2 months.
did apply for a job. I'm still waiting for Stephanie to send the official offer letter back.
Me?
Yeah, with Blake's job.
Oh,
Wait, what?
what?
As you can see, she really doesn't care.
Did he apply to be a plus leader? Is that what
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not behind at all. I say we. Stephanie's been doing interviews and everything, and never mind. I'm pretty behind.
I feel like we've been like pushing it off just because like it's the fall.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
every time I talk about it, there's always a meeting coming up that are like, oh, maybe at this meeting I'll hear something. So
People to plan stuff, and it's already almost July. Well, by the time
Well,
this
wait.
podcast comes out, it'll be July.
Have you guys heard any guidance on like
Yep.
hiring student employees? Is it all the same?
Yeah,
Or
break some scoops here.
Um, so I don't have a budget yet, and that's what kind of I'm waiting on. I mean, June 24th, so I should get a budget within the next 10 days, something like that. But we've got plenty of returners for student assistants for the fall, so we don't really need new. But for plus leaders, that's when I'm pretty confident that we can go ahead and move forward to fill some spots. And then for tutors, it's going to be however much we have left in the budget. We'll hire more people, but it's so hard to plan too because the number of visits, like I have no clue. Like I could overestimate, underestimate. So
wait,
Plus
what do
is
you
pretty
mean?
set. So with Plus, you've got a set number of hours a week that you know they're going to be working.
Oh, you're
Right?
talking about for
And so
one to
you can
one.
go,
Yeah.
this is how much this Plus leader is going to cost me. But for tutors, I mean, in an asynchronous class, a lot of times students don't necessarily seek help until something's due, right? And then we specifically train our tutors not to help with graded work. So depending on how proactive the students are, we could have a tutor that gets booked a lot or hardly ever. Since they get paid by booked appointments, it's hard to budget.
Did you look at your numbers before and after like quarantine or whatever? Because I don't have the tutoring numbers here. Only the
Yeah, so
assignment numbers.
I have a lot more tutors working this summer than I did last summer. With all of this, like there were a lot of plans that got changed, but the number of visits is roughly the same as last summer. Granted,
Oh,
we just
I'm talking
started.
I'm talking about last semester comparing before the spring break to after when classes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it dropped down a bit. Yeah,
For both?
yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm gonna mute my mic so I don't hear me tapping over here.
At least you guys get a budget at some point. Stephanie, was it better or worse when you didn't have a budget?
I never knew the budget.
There is no budget. That's
There
what
is
I'm
no
finding out.
budget. That's what I've heard.
Well, allegedly, there's got to be one somewhere, but this information is not known to us. So,
So they just hire blindly.
In some
Well-
ways, that's good, right? Because you don't have anything stopping you. You're like, I have to fill this spot, so I need to find somebody for it. But then other ways, you can't blame your procrastination on that. Like, well, I don't know what my budget is, so I couldn't have moved forward with filling this spot here.
Yeah.
okay, let's
wanna
jump the
trash-
gun because I
You
think
wanna
this is
trash
a
talk people?
huh?
You want to trash talk people now?
No.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
planning on trash talking you, Nathaniel. So Stephanie, go ahead.
I was.
What do you have to say?
No, I'm kidding.
Come at me, bro.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I have a hypothetical. Let's say that you have to cut your leader count down to 30. How do you figure out like who/which classes to keep?
Whoever fills out that course preferences form, I already reminded
Actually,
y'all,
though,
fill out these questionnaires.
Yeah. So we're just that, and then I don't know. Who would we keep? I guess it's like if like I would look at attendance. If attendance is high for a class, and like of course like DFW rates, if like to compare. But like if we have like one class that doesn't have any attendance, what's the point of keeping that leader if they're not getting anyone to attend their sessions?
yeah.
Even though
I
it's
mean, I
needed.
agree, but that would be tough, right? I kind of hope we're not in that spot.
Yeah.
I think attendance and the instructor, like we've got some faculty members who are super into
Yeah.
Plus and they're advocates, and then others who could kind of care less. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep supporting those who want the support.
Whatever happened with statics?
We cut it.
Straight up?
There's
Oh,
there's
Okay.
so the variation between the instructors is tough, and so I think until we can get enough leaders to support all the different like course material schedules, then it's
You
gonna
would
be
need
tough.
like 6 leaders, probably at least.
That would be great.
4 to 6.
Because the way that I heard it from students is if it was relatable, like if they were like, oh yeah, that's the material that we covered, then they wanted it. But it was frustrating if they went there and they were like, we haven't covered any of this stuff in my class yet.
Yeah.
And this whole plus session is expecting me to know it. So
Well, I offered Stephanie a list of new courses we should, start implementing. I don't think she took any of that advice, but we have a list.
It was taken into consideration.
She lost it.
No, it's on my desktop somewhere.
I mean, with the fall being maybe a little too hectic, it's probably too soon to do that, but maybe the spring or in the next fall, we could add some of those courses.
Yeah. It's only
well,
my
that was one of the
second
ideas of having this plus coordinator position, right? Was that like Georgia State, y'all have what, over 100 leaders?
across all campuses, yeah.
Yeah.
Well over.
I think with tech, I mean, we could easily have 50 or 60 leaders, right? I think there's enough courses out there that could use the support. It's just going to be how do we get rooms reserved for whenever we're back in person, like where we're going to hold these sessions. And so now that we've got coordinator who's like, this is their main focus, right? We can advocate to get those classes filled.
What if you guys do one in person, one online every week? It's double the space.
Have y'all done anything like that?
Well, at the beginning of last semester, I was doing 2 in person, 1 online.
Okay.
And I mean, that was fine. But like even before quarantine, I had a few leaders change it to 1 in person, 2 online because the online sessions were getting more attendance. Now I know that like the student bodies are different and on just more students at my campus are gonna be more available for online sessions, but still, if space is so constraining, I mean it's an option, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it was Anna mentioned the other week that having a hybrid where students had a chance to join online for a session, it could maybe draw some students in who are a little hesitant about attending that first plus session in person. And so if they attend online and see what it's all about, then maybe they'll feel a little bit more comfortable. Like, oh yeah, I talked with that leader. Like, could go to their sessions. So it could be a win-win.
I can't imagine being nervous to go to a plus session. I mean, I know they don't know, but it's just like the most welcoming space, right?
Yeah.
Or it's supposed to be.
Well, some of them are like forced to go. Like at Georgia State, a lot of like classes like make you go. So it's like they have like a bad like idea about it already. So it's like I'm not gonna go if someone's making me go for like a grade.
Are you talking about philosophy?
Yeah. Philosophy. Yeah.
Well, we can have a good philosophical discussion about whether mandatory academic support works or is appropriate. I don't know. I think there's very limited cases where making someone go to a plus session or something is actually going to improve like their learning outcomes or something.
I think going to a specific thing won't work, right? But if there's a bunch of options for academic support, and it's like you just have to go to any of them, then I think that's doable.
The having to go piece I mean, maybe it helps with procrastination. Maybe people like if like they want to go, but they just don't have their time set out appropriately to make it a priority to get there. And so having some external factor that's like you have to go to at least one thing, so make this a priority. Yeah.
And then they procrastinate going, and then they go like the last few weeks, and then you have to like kick people out. That's what happened.
I know some like sororities, fraternities will require action on somebody's part if they're not like meeting their academic expectations. And I've had students come in and be like, "Hey, can I get a printout of all the visits that I've had to the math lab this semester so that I can show my fraternity that I have been trying?" And that's fine. I don't feel comfortable, sharing the attendance with not that student, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Daniel and I would go into Justin's office, and then we would just like talk for 40 minutes and then come out, and it was like unprompted. This is all we were talking about. Just stuff like this.
I miss whiteboards so much.
Oh yeah, I'm dying over here. No, I feel bad.
My whiteboard.
There was one time, okay, since I don't have a whiteboard, I just like make my to-dos in a little notebook, but then I turn the page when there's more stuff, and then I don't have it consolidated somewhere. And I know this is probably easy to fix, but I'm just so used to using a whiteboard. So I was like working away on something, and then I was like barely going to finish it by the end of the day. And then I get this email, and it was like, don't forget, like this report thing is due like by the end of the day today, and we told you about it 2 weeks ago. And it wasn't even on my radar. Like I knew at the time, and then I just totally forgot with other stuff.
These little to-do list things have been a lifesaver, and I've been running low on these. And so, like on the back of them, I don't know if you can see. Now it's a double-sided one because I draw little boxes. And whenever we went to the office, or I went to the office, I don't even know when that was, last week, I guess. I stole somewhere these to-do lists. I was like, I need these for the house. Keep my life in order.
You have your online to-do list.
I do. But there's just something about writing it out that just, I don't know.
Why don't you just buy a whiteboard like Stephanie did?
Yeah, I've got a little one, but what I need to do is like make this whole wall a whiteboard, and I'll be good.
You could have stolen one from the school.
That I'm on, I'm pretty sure it's kind of
borrowed.
a whiteboard top.
Yeah, borrow one of those rolling ones from the school.
Put on your truck?
I
Yeah.
got a truck. It's fun.
From the tutoring center. Just put the
Yeah.
rolling whiteboard on your truck.
Just for the record, I'm not like saying I'm going to go steal school property or anything.
You're borrowing it.
Borrowing it. Yeah, it's an investment.
It's for work. It's for work.
It is for work. Yeah. So people are putting in these technology requests, and like maybe whiteboard is considered a technology. I can be like, I need this to conduct my business at home.
I just remember like being on campus and then like walking by your office and you're on your whiteboard, like just like doing like math problems, and I'm like, is this like something from like Beautiful Mind kind of thing? Like he's just like having like this breakthrough, and I'm like, and I don't want to disturb you because I'm just like,
Whenever I was going through grad school, we lived at this apartment complex and had like a sliding glass door that went out onto this little like patio area, and I would use that sliding glass door as a whiteboard. And I don't know if y'all have had this, but you like go to sleep thinking about a problem, and then you wake up like, oh, this is how you do it, And so like I would want to jump up and like work through the problem real quick before I would forget it. And I remember one time I like jumped up, I was working through this problem, and I didn't even think the people outside like walking their dogs or whatever can just like see me standing here in my boxers like doing all this like math, like it had to be awkward. Like, all right, this is a crazy guy.
Wait, what floor were you on?
The ground. So it was like
Okay.
they were right there.
Yeah, that's
But
weird.
I was just so
If you were on the
into it.
third floor, it'd be like, all right, this stuff happens. But yeah, when you're seeing that person eye to eye, that would be weird.
Yeah, Ashley was like, babe, get away from that window. What are you doing? You weirdo.
Well, you need like an outdoor curtain then.
Yeah. These
Like, put a
problems
curtain
have
on the inside. You put it on the outside.
I could just
Yes.
also put on clothes and then
No.
that would be right.
But they're still looking at you doing weird stuff though.
That's true. Yeah.
That solves half the problem. The curtain would solve both problems.
I mean, I showed up to all my analysis tests in boxers. That's how it's meant to be done. That's how you do math, right?
Wait, what? Like,
You didn't do that? You didn't show up to all your proofing class tests in just boxers?
no.
Oh. Missed the
No.
memo.
I'm not that confident. I don't think.
There's like a psychological thing, like where like you best like recall information on how the way you learn it. So it's like
Yeah.
So there are these studies like that I think are just I don't know. I have no reason for like rolling my eyes at them if they have like good results or published or whatever, right? Good research practices. But like, there's one about if you go to a class and you chew a specific type of chewing gum, right? And then whenever you go to take a test for that class, chew that chewing gum while you're taking the test, and it like helps with memory. It just sounds like voodoo. I don't know. It doesn't sound real.
you should do it.
You like
You should
accidentally chew the wrong piece of gum while you're taking a different exam for another class, and you're like, oh no.
Well, but I've heard that even like eating a mint will help you with memory. Why?
I was a
What are you
snack
activating?
to wake you up while you're doing a test.
There are so many things out there that just aren't real that people talk about, right? Like left brain, right brain, like get it together. I'm not a
Coronavirus, yeah.
I'm not a
all fake
believer.
stuff. What? Oh.
the Lassie, all these inventories, those are get out of here.
They did always make it freezing for like standardized tests, like elementary and middle school, because like apparently that helps students perform or something.
Well, I
Like,
think it's
better
just
than
because if
being
it's
too
too
hot.
hot, they'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
It'll make
Yeah.
them tired. So
Maybe,
it's
but
better to.
It was just really cold.
I'm
Like,
pretty
you
sure
could tell if you had a standardized test that day when you walked into the school because it'd be so cold.
I'm pretty sure my school just uses it as a way to justify like if it's wintertime and they don't want to waste money on heat. They're like, no, this helps people test better. In the summer, these fans really help people test better. We don't want to run the AC.
Okay. Well, we can play the game if you guys want.
There's a game.
What's the game?
Okay, Stephanie, you said you've listened to the podcast before.
Honestly, Daniel, I lied, okay?
Red alert.
I mean, I
I'm a
figured.
liar.
You're so busy these days anyway.
I really am. Like, working from home, I gotta juggle work life and home life. Like, how am I supposed to type on the computer and like attend a meeting if my dog wants to play with me?
I know my dog came in here and he's like,
He looks
Adorable.
pitiful. He looks sad and cold.
he's like, what, are we having a standardized test today?
Trying to set
Because
up
it's
my
cold.
computer here.
Good throwback. Way to go, Sel.
I sent my dog away. She's at my parents' house.
Okay.
You know, that's what the parents are for, to watch your children.
So the game is called Questions or Answers. Okay. So it's a lot of like yes or no, this or that types of questions. There's no right or wrong answers. You just say whatever. Yeah. So we can do it. We can just ask everyone the same question, or we can go individualized, and however you guys want to do it.
Is this a competition? Is it something? I
No,
can
there's no
win?
scoring. It's just whatever.
This one of those
Nathaniel, I think
inventory
you-
tests.
Played it once before.
Yeah. Last time.
Okay, yeah. So that's all it is. There's some new questions. It's 168 questions here. They're all written by me, of course.
And you're gonna do all 168.
I've gotten close sometimes because some people just want to keep going. Okay. Well, yeah, we can go in order. We can go individualized. Who wants to go first?
Stephanie wants to go first.
All right, Stephanie.
Wow.
Do you use straws?
Yeah, I'm using one right now. It's a metal straw.
Do you reuse it?
It's a metal straw. Yeah, it's a reusable straw.
Can I throw away my metal straws
You
after
could.
this?
You'd be surprised.
Metal recycles a lot easier than plastic.
You'd be surprised.
Wait, you can't recycle plastic straws, but they're plastic.
No,
You can't recycle a lot of plastic, or it's hard to recycle a lot of plastic.
It's dishwasher safe too. That's why I bought it, because I don't wash it by hand.
I can't really. Blue Jeans does not allow for split screen, so I have to do this like pseudo split screen. All right. Okay, Stephanie. If you walk by someone you know, do you say hi? Oh boy.
Yes. Depends if I like them.
Okay.
It's weird because sometimes they don't know you. Like sometimes like you know them, but then they're like, "Oh, I don't remember you." You know? You guys.
Well,
Know.
who's that?
what if they're thinking the same thing because you didn't acknowledge them?
And it's just a cycle.
True. Okay, I'll say hi to more people.
You don't have to. Answer these questions however you want. They're just questions. Have you ever broken your phone charger?
No.
Impressive.
Jack or Jill?
Bill?
Okay. Is the answer to this question no?
Yes.
Stop sign or yield sign?
Stop. Yield. Yield.
You're just a go kind of person. Okay.
A yield kind of person.
Yeah, a yield kind of person.
Well, you never really have to yield unless like there's a car pump.
Are you supposed to? If you just barrel through a yield sign and no one's there, is that cool?
Yeah.
Really?
Because you're yielding to traffic, right?
Yeah, but don't you have to? Don't you have to kind of slow down to make sure there is no traffic?
But
If
you're
you
not
just
stopping.
if you just don't even hit the brakes.
Well, if you're
Then-
making a turn, you have to hit those brakes naturally, right? I mean, I guess you could make the turn without the brakes. If
We know
Yeah,
how
no.
Nathaniel
I
drives.
see what you're saying.
there's a,
So the right from like North Highland onto Piedmont. I don't know if you guys know where that is. It's like one street down from North Ave. Anyway, that's very not breakable right turn where you just yield. But I can't imagine like not just like barreling through it. Also, when is there a yield sign not on a turn? You can't go
okay,
straight
small-
and have a yield
if it's
sign,
like,
right?
If it's like a small neighborhood and it's like an intersection, you could have a. I've seen that before. If it's like a four-way yield, kind of.
Four-way yield.
Not four-way
That
yield,
sounds so
one-way,
insane.
sorry.
That's a four-way
Sorry,
stop.
two-way. One
Isn't
street
that-
is no. It's a two-way.
I mean, it could become a stop. Right.
Yeah.
That's what it ends up being. Well, the
So-
point is, if there's no other cars there and it's a four-way yield, you just go.
So Safe Motorist says a yield sign calls on the driver to slow down and stop when necessary. So I guess you do have to slow down. You can't just barrel through.
Interesting.
We're learning.
Flats or high heels,
Flats.
whatever it says. Okay. Is the grass always greener?
No.
That's optimistic. Quick or fast?
What?
Quick or fast?
Quick.
Hurry up. Quick. Gloves or mittens?
Mittens.
Are you stressed right now?
No.
North or south?
Or
Daniel, everything good?
what?
Daniel's everything good?
Oh, yeah.
Just make sure. Yeah, okay. Stephanie, we'll do 3 more. Actually, we'll do 4 more. Okay? We'll just finish up this page. Do you sing in the shower?
Yes.
Hand dryer or paper towels?
Paper towels.
It's a little soft. Is it me? Everyone else getting that?
Open your ears.
Is it me? Okay. All of my ears. Do you easily get splinters?
No, 'cause I don't do. No.
Okay, last one. Can men wear rain boots?
Yeah.
You never see it. Like Justin doesn't have rain boots.
I've got waterproof
Yeah. Those aren't those
shoes
kind of rain boots?
that I wear in them.
It's like, what if their feet will get wet when it rains? That's
Yeah.
not fair.
That's why I'm asking. Okay. Justin? Let's see.
Either.
Socks or sandals?
Socks.
Okay. Is pudding just refrigerated ice cream?
No.
I love Stephanie's face. It's not gonna be on the episode, but no. Okay. No one's ever said yes. Laptop or top lap?
Laptop.
Do you always say no receipt? Always reject the receipt.
Yeah.
Boneless or bone in?
Bone in.
What's wrong with that?
No bone. But I'll
Yeah.
step off my soapbox.
Bone in ribeye. Like normal chicken wings. I can't do boneless chicken wings. I don't understand why that's the thing.
Have you ever seen a tour guide frown?
No.
Yeah.
I saw Austin Bergquist on the boat line the other day. He was smiling.
Wait,
I was
the
about
other
to
day?
say, my guess is he wasn't frowning. So
No, he was not. I don't think he ever has in his whole life.
Like a
I
few
know.
days ago?
How am I supposed to know time
it's
at this
probably-
point?
Well, I know he was in Atlanta to help. Okay, never mind.
6 weeks. Call it 6 weeks.
Okay, that's probably what it was. Is it going to rain tomorrow?
yeah. Think maybe. Hold on. I've got the Weather Channel app because I'm young.
Is that a? That's just the question. Rocks or jocks?
What?
Rocks or jocks?
Rocks?
Are scissors dangerous?
Yeah.
Okay, careful. Neil, Patrick, or Harris? That's a threefer.
Patrick.
Do you always use the back of the chair?
No.
Stephanie leans in. Yeah.
My back's on it.
My posture's too good.
Yeah, of course. Are escalators dangerous?
No.
Stephanie?
Yeah, you get your foot caught in one.
They're super
People are
dangerous.
terrified about that, but have you ever seen that happen?
Or what if you're like a girl, you're carrying a purse, and your purse get caught in it, and then you get dragged along with it? Think about that. Think about Ashley the next time you go on an escalator.
Why can't Justin have a
Well,
bag that can get
most
caught?
escalators that I've been on are
No.
either in a place where you could just buy another purse, so that one's just lost, or I don't know.
Think about
Have we
babies.
considered stairs? You know, it's kind of like an escalator, except it doesn't have mechanical jaws.
Yo, guys, when I was in China,
But
I was
Okay,
at a
weird flex
mall
there.
and the escalators, it would like go slowly, but then when you went on it, it started going faster. And then when you go off, it starts going slower again. Like it was saving energy.
well, that's cool. But so it's like a one person at a time thing.
No? Yeah?
I think it's just like if someone's on it, then it
Yeah,
goes
if there's
faster. Is that
weight on
correct?
it, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's
Yeah.
like slow, and then we're like, so then me and my husband were like, wait, this is like changing speeds. And then we're like, I stood at the bottom and he went up, and I'm like, no, it goes faster. And then we got off, and yeah, that's what we did in China for 3 weeks.
Like going up and down a slide.
Variable speed.
Going up and down escalators.
What a great trip.
Most people visit the Great Wall. I visit escalators.
Okay, let's do a few more. Justin, are cupcakes just muffins with icing?
No.
Okay, everyone's in agreement. Have you ever not gone to an event because your phone wasn't charged?
Yeah, probably.
Like, not gone at all to the event because your phone wasn't charged.
Well, okay, so maybe like what are we calling an event? Because if my phone dies and it doesn't remind me that I'm supposed to be somewhere, or like in a Blue Jeans meeting or something, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't go. My phone died.
I guess, yeah. This was
Is
more
that a
like,
new response? I don't think I've ever
yeah, no
heard
one's
that
ever said
answer.
that before.
But that's like definitely a way to interpret the question.
Most people take it as, oh, I was supposed to go to this thing, but my phone's not charged, so I can't go because I'm charging my phone.
Can't you just charge it on the way there?
Well, some people don't have portable chargers. Not everyone's rich.
Well, your car charger.
Not
But if
everyone
you've
has a
taken
car.
an Uber,
Yeah, what if you're taking an Uber? You're gonna ask them to charge your phone in the Uber?
The best Uber
They
drivers
better
have
have
phone
a phone
chargers.
charger.
Yeah.
You're gonna get 5 stars. You got that phone charger. That's really all.
What if you're taking your bike?
Don't
What?
have a bike.
You're taking a bike, you're taking a scooter, you're walking, you're trying to,
I don't know like how expensive it is to outfit a bike so that it has like a little battery that charges up whenever you're going, but seems like that should be more common, right?
for the that's just so it's like a electric motorcycle, like it's
No,
like
no,
an
no.
electric vehicle motorcycle in a way.
It's just something to charge your phone, so
Well,
that
then you
can
could
go to
just
this event.
you could just tape a battery pack, those portable battery packs, on the bike,
Yeah, but if you could hook your bike to charge up the battery
charge
pack.
it with that. Yes.
Yeah.
wait,
Like what?
It-
Yeah.
if you're gonna have a bike and you're using it to get somewhere, and it also is charging your phone, then compared to it not charging your phone, wouldn't you like move slower or have to input more energy?
To charge a phone, I don't think you would need to. I don't think it would be that noticeable if you're just charging up this little battery.
Justin hasn't
If I was
thought through
trying
the
to, like-
science yet. It's more it's in the idea stages.
Yeah, we're brainstorming here.
He hasn't gotten into his boxers yet.
I don't know.
Door handle on the left or the right?
On the fence. Do I have to say yes or like left or
You
right?
can answer however you want.
Okay, I'm gonna say it depends.
On what?
What I'm trying to do. Like, is the wall here? Because then I would want the door handle on the right hand side. If it's the wall here, then I would want the door handle on the left hand side.
But it's going to be on the opposite side, on the other side of the door.
Well, like cabinet doors, like I want
Cabinets
this one to be on the. I can't commit to going through life with only left or right doors. I need both.
Is whole milk just cream?
No.
How come the answer to every is blank just blank question no? It's never yes. It's never yes.
Is the answer to every blank question no?
These are just
No.
things that I thought of. That's why. It's obvious these are. I think I have some more. Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's another one. Okay. Are boneless wings just chicken nuggets?
No.
That's one that people are more likely to say yes to.
Are they just chicken?
They could be wrong.
Chicken tenders.
Chicken nuggets well, okay. It depends. I can't.
Okay,
'Cause,
what's boneless chicken wings, chicken tenders, and chicken nuggets? I don't know. I don't eat any of that, so I don't know what the difference possibly could be.
And yet you're all in on boneless.
they're
No,
all
no, I meant I was making a joke, like no bones involved in the whole equation. Anyway, let's get back to that's why I said, okay.
Stephanie, define the different types of chicken.
Wait. How are they how are they boneless wings if the wing has the bone? You know what I'm
It's
talking
the
about?
meat from the wing.
So yeah, the boneless wing should be the wing meat, but you just take the
But
bones.
that doesn't sound like healthy. Like
It's like seedless watermelon.
Or like a boneless
What?
chicken breast, like you take
Do you
this off.
swallow the bones when you eat it? Like they just took it out before you eat it instead of during.
They're all fried chicken. None of them are necessarily great.
Yeah, you got it. I can't.
Go ahead,
exactly,
Jason.
like,
I want some wings.
Kids on
There's
Uber
one thing
Eats
I've
on
learned
phone.
about all of this quarantine is that I'm a fatty, and like, I'm never not hungry because there's no like separation of daytime because I'm like, oh, well, I could eat lunch right now.
I had lunch an hour ago. I can eat lunch again.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you
lunch
got
for
like a
tomorrow. You're
breakfast.
borrowing tomorrow's lunch. You're always borrowing the next day's lunch. Okay. Let's see. Justin, this is a good one for you. Are ponytails bad for your hair?
Get out of here. I don't even want to talk. No.
I feel like they can be.
they are.
You're getting close to where you maybe could grow your beard long enough to then like funnel it up the sides of your head and then
Yeah.
make a ponytail.
Or you just tie your beard.
Just
It's
do like the comb over so it goes around one side and
It's the comb
Oh,
under.
back
It's the
up.
comb under.
comb under.
The comb
Yeah.
under. It goes over it.
Yeah.
they can cause
I mean-
bald spots, you know?
I don't know
Huh?
about
Like ponytail, they can cause like bald spots if you tie your hair up too much.
So I used to have long hair, and my dad was always like, "If you let your hair grow out long, it's gonna fall out." And I was like, "No." Apparently,
It was going to anyway.
I think it's for a genetic thing.
looking at like my family, it's definitely going to, anyways.
Okay, let's do last one. Is it okay to go to a restaurant alone?
Yeah,
Like go to an Olive Garden and sit by yourself.
as long as you don't leave alone.
What?
That's where Nathaniel picks up all his dates.
The Olive
Goes to
Garden.
restaurants alone and then plays the night. Okay, is Nathaniel? I'm trying to find ones that you haven't answered.
I almost wish I could do the ones that I answered before because I hadn't thought about them for a millisecond since doing them, and I wonder if my answers would be the same. Or maybe I'm just
I
fake.
have plenty of new ones. So let's because you haven't been on for a couple months, so it should be plenty of ones.
Yeah, since April 14th.
You have that date.
Yeah, I have the date.
That's when you recorded. That's not necessarily when the episode came out, is it?
Oh, no, it's when the episode came out. I have your Spotify pulled up.
Okay, then we probably recorded like early April,
Oh, yeah, good point.
like 2 weeks before that probably. Okay, Daniel, do you like automatic syncs?
Sure. Fine.
Stephanie's
Although, well, what if like a fly gets on it? Can that turn it on and then your water's just running all night?
well, the fly wouldn't stay there.
What are you talking about? The ones that you like touch to turn on, or like just the motion?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I got confused.
Could be either.
Oh,
I mean, it'd be a big fly just set off the motion sensor, just like hovers right there.
Well, I was thinking the touch ones because that's what automatic means to me, but the motion sensor is too. I mean, okay, look, I'm a responsible adult. I can move a handle crazy enough, and I think that's my preference because then I can also control. Okay, there's that one sink in the Coke, and it's just like burning hot water. You know what I'm talking about?
I love it because
What? But it burns my
nobody
hands.
else uses it. And so like if like other people are using other sinks and they're like waiting on the other sinks to use, then I'll be like, hey, I got this one. I can go and wash my
There's
hands.
10 people in a line for the other sinks and just walks right up. Yeah.
I'm just
All right.
going to show you how fire hands.
I would rather control the temperature of the water coming from the tap than not have to touch anything. That's my answer.
And it's hard to like clean dishes and stuff.
You know
With
the sinks that I
motion
hate?
sensor.
Those that you had to push it down and then
Yeah.
it will like slowly raise up.
That doesn't make any sense.
Those are,
They still exist. I still see them all the time.
yeah.
Airports and like,
Or like
like
middle
that.
schools that haven't been upgraded since the 80s. Yeah.
actually, yes.
Well, because that was the automatic sink before automatic sinks existed.
It was the manual automatic sink.
We don't
Well,
need that.
it's how you prevent someone from just turning the water on and then walking away, right? Because that's what they're really concerned about.
Yeah.
Not a
That's the only
convenience
concern.
thing.
That's the only concern.
Isn't it?
Yes,
Thankfully.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Is the song When I Was Your Man depressing if you have an ex-girlfriend?
I don't know the song well enough. Can I skip?
Yeah,
I mean, I've definitely heard it before, but like, I'm not in a
Is that a
position to
Bruno
make claims.
Mars?
yeah, it's a Bruno Mars song.
What happened to Bruno Mars?
Still doing stuff, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Did you know that he made his last, like, the last name of his stage name Mars because he thought he was out of this world? I'm kind of not joking. But actually, the guy is like, that's true. Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
if that was just a really bad joke.
No, like he's been quoted saying
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Oh, Bruno Mars.
Is Valentine's Day bad for the environment?
Oh, wait. I definitely had this one last time.
Okay,
And
you
it
answered.
definitely is. Yeah. Didn't we get into the whole like labor economics of the whole thing, where it's like the chocolate industry is like totally overrun? All right, we don't need to do it again. We already did it.
Well, like the only reason the Hallmark store exists is for people to spend money on holidays.
What about making like weird Christmas movies?
Okay, I guess the Hallmark store, not the channel.
Oh,
I'm just counting the brick and mortar store version of them.
do
don't
those
know.
exist anymore? Or is that a past tense thing?
Malls.
No, there's one up here in Kennesaw.
There's a whole store for cards?
Yeah, it's right next to the
Well,
bathroom with the push
like-
six.
Christmas, like tree decorations. What are the
They have
ornaments?
those weird like ornaments and like glass sculptures, like those small glass sculptures. They just have rows of them, but I never see anyone buying them.
My grandma always gets me and my brother one Hallmark ornament every year for Christmas, and
Keeping the
that's
store
how
alive.
Hallmark store down here. Because she's like, I need to go to the Hallmark store.
It seems very seasonal to
Christmas?
be around, you know? I don't know.
Oh, just birthday cards.
Have you ever walked into a door?
Yeah, for sure. The best one is it was like one of those clear doors, and I was at my friend's place for the first time, so I didn't know it was there. And their dog ran up to the door, and I tried to pet the dog, but I didn't realize the glass was there, and so I just stuck my hand in my face right into the glass, trying to pet the dog. I had no idea what hit me. It was crazy. My friend also saw it, and so that must have been awesome. I would love to have seen it from that perspective. But instead, I just ran my face into the glass.
One more dangerous question. Are extension cords dangerous?
Um,
In prison.
Jesus.
That was hard. Didn't mean it.
Most people interpret this question, but
Oh my god. I guess no, not inherently. it's one of those things where it's like you can make something dangerous if you misuse it. I guess it's kind of easy to misuse, but nah. I'll go with no. Kind of on the line.
Suitcase or duffel bag?
Duffel bag. Just easier to cram it in there, you know?
What are you cramming in? Cramming in there?
Airplane, back of the vehicle, you know, like I know it's less rigid, so if there's stuff you're trying to really protect in there, but if you just have like clothes and like a toiletry bag and you know like basic stuff, then whatever. I just want to be able to pack
You
it
just
in
can't.
easier.
You can't roll it. That's the issue, right? So if you're traveling by foot,
Yeah, just hit the gym. Come on.
can't right now.
Huh?
Actually, I saw at my local gym. They're trying to reopen, right? And they have like these UV fans because you know they can't. They don't want to require people to wear a mask while they're inside. So yeah, they have these fans that like also project UV light to help kill the virus right in the air. But I'm wondering if that's safe just for like, especially people with
To like just
clear
stand
skin.
outside in the sun and you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if that's science. I'm not.
Nobody
I'm
knows.
not science, but I don't know if that's science.
I was very skeptical. I was like, I don't know if I want them just spraying UV radiation around the gym constantly.
Go to the gym, get sunburned, you know.
I know, you got to wear like a winter coat.
Oh, you reminded me of something though. So the climbing gym did open back up, but you have to like wear a mask and all this stuff. And for a while, they weren't letting you rent shoes. So I always rented climbing shoes just because of like money, and they were there, so whatever. But they weren't letting you rent shoes because I guess they were afraid people would like lick the insides of their shoes, spread it that way. I don't know. So anyway, I was like, well, I still want to climb, so I bought climbing shoes, and then right after that, they opened up the shoe rentals again. But now I have climbing shoes, and
Well, if you
they're
go
really
enough, it
tight.
should be worth the investment. It should.
No, it definitely will be. But okay, so the right foot, that's perfect. It's very snug, just a little bit of curve on the foot. It's great. The left foot, when I put the shoe on, I'm in excruciating pain at all times. I like limp around the climbing gym because it's so tight. But I talked to a dude and he said after you wear the shoes, if you just take them off and like whatever, they'll like go back to their natural size or whatever. They'll like unexpand. So he told me to take t-shirts and basically just like punch the t-shirt into the like shoe to keep it expanded. And then if
You
you keep
can
doing that,
you can fill a baggie up with water and put it inside a shoe and then put it in the freezer. And whenever it freezes, it'll stretch your shoe out if it's too
Yeah,
little.
that's what I was
whoa,
thinking too.
That's science right there.
that is science.
Great.
Use the fact that they expand. I don't know. Renting shoes in general just seems kind of weird.
Why?
Like bowling shoes.
Yeah, do you ever go bowling? You're not gonna rent bowling shoes? You're gonna have your own bowling
Well,
shoes?
I feel. Why do we need to rent bowling shoes? Why can't we just have
Shoes?
wood that you can wear normal shoes on?
Well, shoes are designed to not slip on wood, right? And so you need special shoes if you want to slip. Okay?
Change
wanna
out
slide a
the.
little
They could
whenever
make
you
the. They can make the wood slippier. I don't. I feel like they could change the wood easier than having. I mean, I guess they make more money because you got to pay for the shoes.
I don't think it's a necessarily a money making racket. I think it's just
Well, also, I realize no one's out there protesting for this. This is not
Okay,
is
if you
obviously
don't
not
make people
a huge
rent
issue.
bowling shoes, they're gonna like try to wear like high heels or like some kind of boots in not like consistently, but like someone's gonna do that and they're gonna get hurt and they're gonna be upset.
You can have people sign a waiver. Who's going to the bowling alley in high heels? They just came back from prom.
Look, I don't know. I'm just
so
saying.
I
all
literally
these dudes have
went bowling after one of my proms.
There you
Like
go.
we all got together and went bowling. So
like you guys are like good at bowling, right? Aren't you like good?
oh, I'm
What's your best thing?
300.
What? This must have happened last time we talked about it, but yeah.
I'm
So that makes
bowling.
sense because they're like good at bowling. They're not like
But you believe
Wait,
me.
you didn't?
No. I did
What
like a
was your?
240 or 250 something. My dad, he got 11 strikes in a row. And it was like in this tournament thing. So he got this little trophy that's like 11 in a row, which is like, you choked.
What if you just gutterballed the first one and then you got 11?
Well, so the first one, he didn't get a strike, and then from there out. And he's like, that's why I could do it, because there wasn't the pressure of getting a perfect game.
I bowl the little things up, those little baby stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, like where you push it down the ramp?
No, you
Well,
know,
the
like
bumpers.
guards, the bumper guards.
Oh,
I'm not gonna bowl for real.
Because that would be ridiculous.
What? I pay to win something at least.
the bumper guards are kind of nasty because you can like angle it to like get right in the pocket.
You
Easier.
could do a whole pinball like calculation. You could just go back and forth.
Yeah, if your angle is steep enough, then you can hit every pin when it bounces. It just
Yeah,
takes
exactly.
35
Because the
minutes.
bumper guards actually don't stop at any point. They just go on to infinity.
They
And
do. They do. That's how bowling alleys work.
They could easily extend them like another 3 feet.
What was the show I was watching? Oh, have y'all seen Space Force?
I've seen like episode 5 or something.
Okay.
Just episode 5.
It was on the telly when I was walking by, you know?
episode 3, I think. But there's one episode where they're like, "Sir, in order to put the bowling alley here, we're gonna have to make it curved in order to make it fit." And that stuck with me. Like, what a stupid thing.
Okay, so where were we?
Yeah, 2 more. Is it possible to have pre-TSD?
Uh, but wait, what is this term exactly?
Pre-TSD.
I kind of don't know if I want to.
Like pre-traumatic stress disorder?
Yeah, pre-traumatic stress disorder.
I don't know if I want to comment on like a serious thing, making light of it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pass.
What if you're like
I'm just asking if it's possible to have.
what if you're
I
like
don't
one of the people that can see into the future? And so like something bad is about to happen, and so like
Or you're just anxious.
But then the stress is coming from the occurrence of the vision.
What if you're just anxious because you're about to be deployed? Is that pre-TSD?
I do not know the psychology behind all this. I really don't. Sorry, man.
Okay, last one. Should ice cream vending machines be more popular?
No. That doesn't sound like a good business model.
They exist.
I thought about making a bubble tea vending machine.
Oh, wait, you should talk to Ted.
Yeah, it's got his whole.
Really?
Wait, you don't know about this?
She knows about this.
I have
She's shaking her head.
no.
How do you not? Talks about it all the time.
No,
He
he
wants to run
doesn't.
he wants to run like a bubble tea business where like on campus specifically, people order bubble tea and then he brings it to them. Or did he mention he wanted his own cart?
Oh, like a.
No, wait,
I
I
have some-
thought there was a cart.
He wants to make a cart.
No, but I thought someone had a cart.
No,
They would-
someone did what I first mentioned, which is you order it, then they go
bring
get
it.
it, and you can pick it up on campus.
I,
he wants
I
to have
wanted
a
to make a
physical
bubble
cart.
tea food truck. It was going to be called Rolling Bulbas, my food truck, because it's rolling bulbas.
like rolling bowls.
Yeah.
Rolling bowls.
And then there's going to be like, oh, someone's going to steal my idea. There's going to be happy hour, and then there's going to be like bubble tea, like infused, like liquor, like boba's going to be infused with liquor because it's usually made with honey.
Can food trucks have a happy hour?
Why not?
If you have a liquor license, right?
And Georgia Tech is going to love that. They're going to say,
Yeah.
I mean,
roll on right down to Skiles for happy hour.
Well, my husband wanted to he wanted to invest in like, franchising Kung Fu Tea, and he was like, oh, we should have one like at Tech. And him and his friends were talking about that like for the longest time, and then like nobody wanted to put in the money, and so he's like, okay, this is not gonna happen. Yeah, rolling bulbas.
I like it. I want to go back to pre-traumatic stress disorder.
Of course.
So apparently it's a thing, and like you could have pre-traumatic stress disorder from something like if you're worried about climate change and you're seeing people not take the necessary precautions, then you could be traumatized, even though the traumatic event hasn't happened yet.
Oh,
So, there you go.
Interesting example, because I mean, is the culmination of climate change going to lead to a singular event? Are we like watching it unfold in front of
But I
our
mean,
eyes?
you could still be like,
On a small scale.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
when is it ever going to be on a large scale, right? It's not like the world is going to turn into lava and everyone's
No,
like,
but it would be small scale. So like maybe
Listen,
your
Bernard,
hometown
I'm
gets
changing
flooded
them.
and like or something like that. Like New Orleans or cities like that are probably going to be underwater in like 150, 200 years, maybe even less than that.
yeah, but again, that's a gradual change, right? It's not like snap my fingers, all of a sudden
No.
it's underwater. So
No,
there's no
maybe
event.
someone's waiting for a glacier to melt in the North Pole.
It's exponential, so like, it's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still progressive, right? So like, how steep does the exponential curve get before you say, "Not this is an event"? It's been
And
happening,
it's
just
steeper and
less.
steeper. That's the laugh of an exponential, right? It's gonna keep getting steeper. I don't know. My brain shut down mid sentence there, so I'm just gonna let
He
that
has
one keep
PTSD.
going.
He had PTSD.
I did. I had PTSD thinking about that derivative getting too big as X grew.
Okay. That's the show this week. Anyone else have anything else to mention before we wrap up?
it was fun.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Definitely, you'll send me the recording, right?
Okay.
I don't know how that works.
I think it emails it to us.
Okay, so yeah, you could probably just forward it or something.
Do
I
you
tried
think there's
Google
going to be
Meet.
football?
The problem is every day things come out.
Yeah. The NFL's rigged, man.
Well, it's
Because
college too.
no, there's not going to be a season the year the Bills are the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Isn't that
Favorites
crazy?
to win the Super Bowl.
Are you
So,
sure?
I don't think that's true. I think that they're barely favorites to win the division, so I don't. If that, I think they are.
Love watching after the Falcons choked at their Super Bowl game.
Yeah, they're a mess. They have to blow that up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Anything else? Stephanie, you have the last word.
Nope. I'm good.
That's the last word. Nope.